Hello friends. People born on October 1st walk through life with an aura of balance, yet beneath that calm exterior lies a powerful force of individuality, ambition, and desire for harmony. Being at the very beginning of October, these souls are deeply connected with the sign of Libra, ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty, love, and justice. But unlike many Libras who sometimes hesitate, October 1st individuals are sharper, more determined, and often find themselves taking the lead. Let's dive into their world through different dimensions: love, marriage, friendship, business, hidden shadows, numerology, and even ancient systems like the Druid, Vedic, flower, and stone horoscopes. Love. For someone born on October 1st, love is a vast landscape rather than a fleeting feeling, a journey that stretches across the whole spectrum of human connection. It is not merely about romance in the conventional sense. For them, love is a calling, a mission to reconcile passion and peace, to weave fire with calmness, to hold intensity in one hand and serenity in the other. Their hearts are deep wells of longing, and they crave not just surface-level companionship but a bond that feels like it was written in the stars. To them, affection without depth is a hollow echo. They want to feel that every conversation with their beloved can become a window into new worlds, that every glance exchanged is a quiet poem, and that every embrace tells a story of devotion. What distinguishes people born on this day is their natural demand for love that nourishes both the mind and the heart. Their partners must be thinkers as much as feelers, able to debate the great mysteries of existence, questions about fate, morality, or art, while also laughing freely at small joys, like a song playing on the radio during a late-night drive or the way autumn leaves scatter across a sidewalk. Intellectual stimulation is the soil from which their love blossoms. Without it, the relationship wilts. They are not content with routine. They hunger for dynamic interaction, for union that constantly evolves. This hunger is tied to their ruler, Venus, which blesses them with an extraordinary charisma. People are drawn to them like moths to a flame, sensing both their grace and their quiet but unshakable sense of fairness. This magnetism often places them at the center of admiration, and suitors or potential partners may line up, hoping to capture their attention. Yet while they may attract many, they are not easily impressed. Their standards, though high, are not superficial. They are born from the desire to build something genuine. They will not be satisfied with half-hearted affection or a relationship that exists only for appearances. When they do fall in love, they fall with a sudden intensity that can surprise even themselves. It is not uncommon for them to feel swept up, as though destiny has finally revealed its hand. Unlike other Libras, who sometimes flutter between different options, those born on October 1st are decisive once their hearts are engaged. They are willing to defend their love, to fight for it, and to invest energy into nurturing it, even through storms. Love becomes a priority, almost a sacred project, and they will not abandon it lightly. But because their hearts run so deep, disappointment in love can cut them sharply. Betrayal or indifference can feel like the crumbling of an entire world. They may retreat for long periods after heartbreak, needing solitude to regain their balance, and in those times, they often emerge stronger but more cautious. They learn that vulnerability, while beautiful, is not always safe, and so they become both more selective and more resilient. Love for them is a paradox. It opens their soul to infinite joy but also exposes them to profound sorrow. Yet, even with the risk of pain, they cannot imagine living without the possibility of that divine union. Their capacity for devotion is too strong, their longing for connection too central to who they are. And now, a little side note. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a thanks button right under this video, or through the donation alerts link in the description. Your support truly helps me keep creating. And of course, if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Thank you so much for being here. Now, let's continue. Marriage. In marriage, October 1st individuals reveal the depth of their commitment, the seriousness with which they approach lifelong bonds. To them, marriage is not just a legal contract or a societal milestone, it is a sacred partnership, a union in which two lives intertwine not only for romance but for growth, transformation, and the pursuit of shared dreams. They carry into marriage a strong sense of responsibility and loyalty, and their greatest hope is to build a relationship that feels like both a home and a sanctuary. They believe in equality, in the idea that true love cannot thrive when one dominates and the other submits. For them, marriage works best as a balance of powers, a duet in which each voice is heard and respected. They expect their spouse to be a companion in every sense of the word, someone who shares joys and burdens equally, who listens as much as they speak, who values fairness as much as affection. They cannot abide being diminished or dismissed, for their dignity is central to their identity. Similarly, they have no desire to overshadow or control their partner. They want harmony, not hierarchy. The qualities they admire most in a spouse are loyalty, adaptability, and emotional depth. Loyalty reassures them that they can trust without fear. Adaptability ensures that the relationship can evolve as life inevitably changes, and emotional depth guarantees that their longing for connection is fulfilled. They are not interested in surface-level companionship. They want a spouse who can stand beside them during storms, who can celebrate victories with genuine joy, and who can engage in meaningful conversations that keep the bond alive. Marriage with an October 1st individual is rarely stagnant. They put effort into keeping the relationship vibrant, seeking new experiences together, planning adventures, creating rituals that bind them as a couple. They know that monotony can suffocate love, so they consciously nurture the flame, whether through small romantic gestures or bold new endeavors. Their romantic nature thrives on both routine comforts and surprising spontaneity, and they aim to balance these in the marital home. Yet, challenges may arise. Their fierce need for freedom, their insistence on fairness, and their sharp intelligence can sometimes clash with a partner who is more rigid, possessive, or insecure. They cannot tolerate being caged, whether emotionally or practically. If they feel misunderstood, restricted, or manipulated, they may grow restless, and this restlessness can threaten the harmony they value so much. In these moments, communication becomes essential. Those born on October 1st must learn to voice their needs gently but firmly, while their spouse must learn to trust their independence without fear of abandonment. When they find the right partner, someone who embraces their need for harmony, their romantic idealism, and their ambitious drive, the marriage can flourish in extraordinary ways. Together, they create a union that is both practical and poetic. Their household becomes a place where laughter flows easily, where beauty is cherished, where love is not just preserved but celebrated daily. Their ambition drives them to build not just a marriage but a legacy, and their loyalty ensures that this bond endures. In such a marriage, October 1st individuals embody the very essence of Venus, a life guided by love, fairness, and the belief that true partnership is the most profound creation two souls can achieve. Sex. For those born on October 1st, sex is never a casual or purely physical act. It is an extension of their inner world, where love, beauty, and harmony merge into something transcendent. They approach intimacy with a sense of artistry, as if every touch and every glance is part of a symphony composed for two. They are not satisfied with mere passion stripped of meaning. They crave connection that fuses both body and soul, where the physical is only the doorway to something far deeper. Their Venusian influence makes them naturally sensual, but their sensuality is refined, thoughtful, and deeply considerate of the other person's needs. They are attentive lovers who understand that intimacy is built on trust, tenderness, and respect, and they take care to ensure their partner feels cherished. What is remarkable about them is their ability to create an atmosphere of intimacy that is both elegant and emotionally safe. They prefer to seduce with words, gestures, and subtle energy long before they ever enter the physical act. For them, anticipation is as intoxicating as fulfillment, and they know how to keep passion alive through the smallest of details. A lingering touch, a whisper in the dark, the creation of a mood that heightens desire. They are the type of lovers who understand that the body responds most when the heart feels secure. Yet beneath this refined approach lies a hidden intensity, a surprising boldness that only emerges once deep trust is established. When they feel completely safe with a partner, their sexual nature transforms into something adventurous and fearless. They may experiment, explore boundaries, and reveal a side of themselves that is far more passionate than anyone might expect from their usually composed demeanor. Their sexuality then becomes expressive, playful, and daring, as if all the hidden fire within them finally has permission to burn freely. This duality, the polished, thoughtful lover on the surface and the passionate, daring soul underneath, makes them unforgettable partners. To them, physical intimacy is not just pleasure but a sacred act of union. They see sex as a way to bind souls together, to affirm the depth of love in a way words cannot. In their eyes, the bed becomes not only a place of passion but a sanctuary where vulnerability, affection, and unity converge. They believe that true intimacy should leave both partners feeling elevated, not only satisfied physically but also nourished emotionally and spiritually. Because of this, they approach every encounter with reverence, ensuring that their partner feels valued and understood. Still, their ideals in sex can also present challenges. If they sense that intimacy is reduced to something mechanical or devoid of emotional meaning, they may feel disappointed or disconnected. They cannot easily separate the physical from the emotional, and they may struggle in relationships where their partner does not share their need for depth. For them, passion without emotional resonance feels empty, no matter how intense. But when they find someone who matches their rhythm, who understands that sex is both a pleasure and a language of love, they flourish, creating bonds that are as enduring as they are passionate. Friendship. As friends, October 1st individuals embody loyalty, thoughtfulness, and unwavering support. Their friendships are not casual connections, they treat them as extensions of family, as bonds that carry both joy and responsibility. They are the kind of people who will answer the phone at midnight, who will show up when you least expect but most need them, who will listen carefully without rushing to judgment. They give advice that is not only honest but balanced, for their sense of fairness runs through every aspect of their personality. When they speak, their words carry weight, because everyone knows they have considered the issue from all sides. Their natural charm and wit make them magnets in social circles. People gravitate toward them not only because of their warmth but also because they have an uncanny ability to restore balance in chaotic situations. Friends often find themselves turning to them when they feel lost, confused, or overwhelmed, because these October 1st souls bring clarity where there was once noise. Their diplomatic nature allows them to mediate conflicts with ease. They can calm heated tempers, ease misunderstandings, and bring people back together with gentle wisdom. In this way, they are often the glue that holds friend groups intact. However, their loyalty has its limits, and dishonesty is the one thing they cannot tolerate. If a friend betrays their trust, lies to them, or acts in a way that violates the fairness they hold dear, it is very difficult for them to forgive. They may not confront the betrayal with aggression, but they will quietly retreat, closing off the warmth that once defined the friendship. Once this withdrawal happens, it is rare for them to return fully, because for October 1st individuals, trust is sacred and not easily rebuilt. Despite this, when their friendships are strong and respected, they pour themselves into them wholeheartedly. They celebrate their friends' victories as if they were their own, and they offer steady support through failures and sorrows. They are the type of friends who remember birthdays, who notice when something is wrong even before it is spoken, who offer kindness without expectation of return. Their thoughtful gestures, whether small or grand, make their friends feel truly valued. Their diverse interests and open-minded nature attract companions from all walks of life. They enjoy surrounding themselves with people who bring different perspectives, as variety enriches them and challenges their thinking. Their friendships are not limited to those who mirror their own personality. In fact, they often seek out those who contrast with them, finding joy in learning from differences. Yet, no matter how wide their social circles extend, they always maintain a select inner circle of friends they trust completely, the ones who are more like soulmates than companions. In essence, to have an October 1st individual as a friend is to have a constant source of balance, loyalty, and wisdom. Their friendships are deep, enduring, and profoundly meaningful, leaving a mark on the lives of those fortunate enough to call them friends. Business and career. In the realm of business and career, those born on October 1st radiate the qualities of natural leadership. From an early age, they often display the ability to organize, inspire, and direct others with a mix of grace and authority. Their Libra nature ensures they are not dictatorial leaders, but rather thoughtful visionaries who prefer collaboration to domination. They thrive when given the opportunity to balance multiple perspectives, weigh options with fairness, and create strategies that satisfy both efficiency and harmony. Colleagues often admire them for their capacity to listen and to truly consider the needs of everyone involved before making decisions. This quality makes them especially strong negotiators, as they can see both sides of an argument and often propose solutions that others had overlooked. Their vision extends far beyond the immediate horizon. October 1st individuals possess a unique blend of practicality and creativity, allowing them to conceptualize innovative ideas while also understanding how to execute them step by step. Unlike dreamers who never leave the planning stage, they combine imagination with determination, which allows them to move visions into reality. They see connections between disciplines that others might miss, such as how psychology informs marketing or how aesthetics influence diplomacy, and this ability to integrate seemingly disparate elements is one of their greatest strengths in the professional world. Careers that require balance between intellect and creativity are particularly suited to them. Law appeals to their strong sense of justice, where they can advocate for fairness and equality. Diplomacy offers them the chance to use their natural charm and tact to resolve conflicts on a large scale. Design and art allow their Venusian side to flourish, giving them the opportunity to beautify the world while also expressing themselves deeply. Teaching satisfies their love of knowledge sharing, while psychology allows them to dive into the mysteries of the human mind. These paths resonate with their core traits and provide fulfillment on multiple levels. Yet, perhaps one of the most striking qualities of October 1st individuals is their entrepreneurial spirit. Independence runs through their veins. They are not content with simply following orders or adhering to rigid structures set by others. Instead, they often dream of creating their own ventures, building something uniquely their own. As entrepreneurs, they can bring their vision to life without compromise, setting the tone for their business culture and aligning their work with their values. Their ambition pushes them forward, while their natural charisma helps them attract clients, investors, or partners who believe in their mission. However, as with all powerful traits, their strengths can sometimes turn into challenges. Their perfectionism, though admirable in its pursuit of excellence, may become a heavy burden if left unchecked. They often want everything to be flawless, and in the process, they risk delaying decisions or becoming paralyzed by details. This tendency toward overanalysis can create indecision, especially when their Libra nature demands balance and fairness in every choice. If they hesitate too long, opportunities may slip away, leaving them frustrated with themselves. Learning to trust their instincts is a vital lesson for October 1st individuals. When they silence the overthinking and lean into their intuition, they find that their inner voice often guides them correctly. Once they develop confidence in their own judgment, they become unstoppable forces in the professional world. Their ability to act decisively, while still honoring their natural diplomacy, allows them to carve out paths of success that few can replicate. In the end, their careers are not just about financial success or professional recognition but about fulfilling their deeper calling, to create, to balance, and to leave behind a legacy of integrity and innovation. Dark sides. Every light casts a shadow, and for October 1st individuals, the same qualities that make them magnetic and admirable can also become stumbling blocks when taken to extremes. Their greatest challenge is indecisiveness. Born under the Libra sign, they constantly weigh options, considering every possible outcome in order to preserve harmony. While this can make them excellent mediators, it also means that when a critical choice must be made quickly, they can freeze, afraid of upsetting the delicate balance. In professional and personal life, this hesitation may frustrate both themselves and those who depend on them. Another shadow aspect is overidealism. October 1st individuals set exceptionally high standards for themselves and others. They envision love as perfect, careers as meaningful, friendships as loyal, and life as fair. While these ideals motivate them to strive for excellence, reality often falls short, leading to disappointment and disillusionment. They may hold others to expectations that are nearly impossible to meet, and when people inevitably fail, October 1st individuals can feel betrayed or let down. This cycle of expectation and disappointment is one of their greatest emotional tests. They also carry a tendency toward control. Because they desire balance so deeply, they sometimes impose their sense of order on others, assuming that what feels harmonious to them should feel harmonious to everyone else. This controlling streak does not stem from arrogance but from a sincere wish to help others achieve peace and stability. However, not everyone wants to be balanced in the same way, and their efforts may come across as interference or micromanagement. Learning to respect the autonomy of others, even if it means tolerating chaos or imperfection, is a lesson they must face. Finally, emotional dependency is a shadow they cannot ignore. October 1st individuals crave love with such intensity that the fear of loneliness can become overwhelming. They may stay in relationships longer than they should, not because the bond is fulfilling, but because the thought of being alone terrifies them. Their deep need for connection sometimes leaves them vulnerable to unhealthy attachments, where they compromise their own well-being in exchange for companionship. The challenge lies in learning that solitude can be a source of strength, not just emptiness, and that self-love must come before dependency on others. Yet, despite these shadows, October 1st individuals have an incredible capacity for growth. They are naturally self-reflective, and once they become aware of these patterns, they begin the process of transforming them. Indecisiveness becomes wisdom, as they learn to balance careful thought with timely action. Overidealism softens into compassion, allowing them to accept imperfections in themselves and others. Control evolves into guidance, offering support without suffocation. Emotional dependency transforms into deep empathy, enabling them to love without fear or neediness. In embracing their shadows, they discover that their flaws are not obstacles but stepping stones to wisdom. Life goals. The main goal of those born on October 1st is not just to live a life of personal success, but to weave harmony into everything they touch, both within themselves and in the wider world. Their souls are wired for balance. It is as if their very essence carries a tuning fork set to the vibration of fairness, peace, and beauty. They are not satisfied with chaos, injustice, or discord. They instinctively move toward equilibrium, like water finding its level. This lifelong pursuit becomes their compass, guiding them in relationships, careers, and personal growth. They are natural peacemakers. Whether in a family setting, a group of friends, or a professional environment, October 1st individuals feel compelled to step in when conflict arises. They don't just want to stop arguments. They want to help others see both sides, to reveal the hidden common ground, to create solutions where everyone feels acknowledged. Their diplomacy is not superficial. It is heartfelt, born from a deep conviction that life works best when fairness is respected. This quality often draws people to them during difficult times. They become the mediators, the counselors, the steady voice that brings order to chaos. Yet harmony for them is not limited to negotiation or problem solving. It is also expressed through art, beauty, and creativity. Many born on this day have artistic talents or at least a profound appreciation for the arts. They are drawn to music, design, writing, or visual expression, seeing these forms as ways to channel harmony into the world. For them, a painting is not just color on canvas, it is an act of balancing light and shadow. A piece of music is not just sound, but the perfect dance of rhythm and silence. By creating or supporting art, they fulfill part of their soul's mission, to show others that beauty is not a luxury, but a necessity for a balanced life. Leadership is another thread woven into their goals. October 1st individuals do not necessarily seek power for its own sake, but they often find themselves in positions where others look to them for direction. Their calm, rational presence and their ability to see multiple perspectives make them natural leaders. They set examples through their actions, not just their words. Their leadership style is collaborative, inspiring loyalty rather than demanding it. They thrive in roles where they can uplift others while still steering toward fairness and long-term vision. Their life purpose often involves helping others find balance. This may happen through counseling, teaching, community involvement, or even quiet acts of kindness that ripple outward. They believe deeply in social impact, and many feel drawn to causes that promote equality, justice, and peace. Whether they are advocating for fairness in the workplace, supporting a movement for human rights, or simply mentoring someone who has lost their way, they fulfill their destiny by standing for balance in a world often tipped toward extremes. At the same time, October 1st people are ambitious. They want to leave a mark, not necessarily through fame, but through significance. Their legacy may be a piece of art, a family they nurtured with love, an organization they built with integrity, or simply the impression they leave on the countless lives they touched. Their greatest joy is knowing that their life's work, however big or small, helped bring more fairness, more love, and more harmony into the world. Their challenge is learning that harmony begins within. Many October 1st individuals spend their early years seeking balance outside themselves, fixing relationships, smoothing conflicts, creating beauty in external spaces. But as they mature, they discover that true harmony cannot be sustained without inner peace. Their ultimate life goal is to align their mind, heart, and spirit so that they are no longer pulled apart by indecision or over-idealism. When they achieve that inner balance, they radiate peace outward, becoming living examples of how love and ambition can coexist without contradiction. Zodiac compatibility. Compatibility for those born on October 1st is a fascinating study of how air and fire blend easily with their balanced Libra nature, while earth and water may sometimes present challenges. Their best matches tend to be with Gemini, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius, and fellow Libras. These connections stimulate both their minds and their hearts, giving them the freedom, communication, and passion they crave. With Gemini, October 1st individuals find a partner who matches their love of conversation and mental stimulation. Together, they can spend endless nights exploring ideas, laughing at shared humor, and feeding each other's curiosity. Gemini's lightheartedness balances Libra's seriousness, creating a relationship that feels like play and growth at the same time. With Aquarius, the bond is deeply intellectual and idealistic. Both signs share a vision of fairness and progress, and their conversations often revolve around big-picture dreams: how to change the world, how to live authentically, how to love with freedom. Aquarius brings originality, while Libra brings diplomacy, and together they form a partnership that is both inspiring and enduring. With Leo, passion and admiration flow easily. Leos love Libra's elegance and charm, while Libras are drawn to Leo's confidence and warmth. This pairing often feels glamorous, filled with affection and shared adventures. Leo adds fire and excitement, while Libra provides balance and grace, making it a relationship where both shine brighter together. With Sagittarius, October 1st individuals find the adventure and freedom they secretly crave. Sagittarius encourages them to take risks, to explore new horizons, to embrace spontaneity, while Libra provides the grounding and fairness that helps Sagittarius stay focused. This relationship thrives on laughter, exploration, and a shared love of living life fully. With fellow Libras, there is a mirror-like quality. Both value harmony, beauty, and justice, and their shared ideals create a natural bond. However, this relationship requires both partners to overcome indecision and learn how to take turns leading. When they succeed, the partnership can feel like a perfect dance of balance and mutual understanding. Challenging matches often come from earth and water signs. With Capricorn, the practicality and rigidity may feel too restrictive for Libra's light, airy nature. Capricorn may see Libra as indecisive, while Libra may see Capricorn as overly serious or controlling. It can work if both learn to respect their differences, but it often feels heavy. With Cancer, emotional intensity can weigh down the Libra soul. Cancer craves deep emotional security, while Libra seeks lightness and freedom. Cancer's moodiness may clash with Libra's desire for harmony, leading to misunderstandings. While there can be affection, it requires much effort to avoid imbalance. With Virgo, the challenge lies in perfectionism. Virgo's critical eye may clash with Libra's idealism, creating friction where there should be harmony. Virgo may become frustrated with Libra's indecision, while Libra feels burdened by Virgo's constant analysis. While they can learn from one another, the relationship may feel like hard work rather than natural flow. Ultimately, the best compatibility for October 1st individuals lies with partners who can feed their intellectual hunger, respect their need for fairness, and embrace their romantic, artistic side. Fire signs provide excitement, air signs provide understanding, and together these pairings allow October 1st souls to flourish as their fullest, most radiant selves. Numerology. Being born on the 1st carries with it a weight of symbolism that resonates far beyond a simple date on a calendar. In numerology, the number 1 is not just a digit, it is the origin, the spark, the force of creation itself. It represents beginnings, individuality, leadership, and the courage to step forward where no one else dares. For those born on October 1st, this number is the foundation of their personality, the invisible current that runs through their choices, ambitions, and destiny. The number 1 makes them natural leaders. They are not content to follow blindly or to blend into the background. Instead, they are drawn toward positions of influence where they can set direction, initiate projects, and inspire others. Even when they do not seek leadership consciously, life often places them in roles where they must take charge, as if the universe itself recognizes their ability to guide. This leadership is rarely domineering. It carries with it the energy of originality, the determination to pave new paths, and the charisma to bring others along on the journey. Strong will and independence define their essence. October 1st individuals resist being told what to do, not out of arrogance, but out of a deep inner conviction that they must chart their own course. They crave the freedom to make decisions, to take risks, and to build a life that reflects their personal vision. This independence can be both a gift and a challenge. It allows them to innovate, to stand apart, to refuse conformity when it feels suffocating. Yet it can also isolate them, for their self-reliance sometimes makes it hard to ask for help, even when they need it most. The one energy makes them innovators, often ahead of their time. They have an instinct for spotting opportunities where others see only obstacles. They can sense shifts in culture, technology, or ideas before they become mainstream. This forward-thinking quality can bring them great success, but it can also make them feel misunderstood, as if they are always slightly out of sync with the crowd. Patience becomes a lesson here, teaching them that not everyone moves at the same speed as their visionary spirit. When combined with the influence of Libra's ruling planet Venus, the power of one gains refinement and grace. Authority softens into charm, leadership blends with diplomacy, and ambition is tempered by the desire for fairness. Unlike some number 1s, who can become overbearing in their determination to succeed, those born on October 1st carry a gentleness in their strength. They lead not only through action but through beauty, kindness, and the ability to inspire love. They are doers, yes, but they are also dreamers whose visions are colored by creativity, harmony, and the pursuit of justice. Still, the shadow side of one must not be ignored. The same independence that empowers them can sometimes harden into stubbornness. They may cling too tightly to their own way of doing things, refusing to compromise or listen to advice. In their quest to remain self-reliant, they risk cutting themselves off from the richness of collaboration. Learning to cooperate, to trust others, and to share responsibility is essential for their growth. Once they embrace the wisdom that strength does not mean isolation, they become even more powerful, leaders who unite rather than divide, who inspire rather than intimidate. In essence, the numerological energy of one makes October 1st individuals pioneers of both heart and mind. They are born to begin, to create, to shine as beacons for others. Their path is not always easy, but it is undeniably impactful. They stand as reminders that individuality, when balanced with fairness and love, can change not only their own lives but also the lives of everyone they touch. Druid Horoscope. The Druid horoscope, rooted in the ancient Celtic reverence for trees, assigns symbolic guardianship based on birth dates, linking individuals to the wisdom and spirit of nature. For those born around October 1st, Their guardianship falls under the hazel tree August 22nd to September 30th or the vine tree September 2nd to September 29th, depending on the calculation of the year. Both trees carry profound meaning, and both mirror essential aspects of the October 1st personality, offering a layered picture of who they are at their core. The hazel tree represents wisdom, intuition, and creativity. Those under hazel's influence are often marked by a sharp intellect, a keen curiosity, and an almost magical ability to perceive what lies beneath the surface. Hazels are the sages of the Druid system, gifted with insight that can feel psychic. For October 1st individuals, this means a heightened awareness of human nature. They can read people easily, sense hidden motives, and intuit solutions that logic alone might miss. Their creativity also flows naturally, giving them artistic talents or innovative ideas that seem to come from a place beyond ordinary understanding. The hazel tree's gifts amplify their Libra qualities of fairness and vision, making them natural problem solvers and counselors. The vine tree, on the other hand, brings charm, elegance, and diplomacy. Vines are associated with beauty, attraction, and the ability to weave connections. Those influenced by the vine are often charismatic, drawing others in with grace and warmth. They have a refined sense of aesthetics and a love for all that is artistic and luxurious. For October 1st individuals, the vine influence adds an irresistible magnetism to their personality. It reinforces their Venusian energy, highlighting their ability to persuade, to charm, and to create harmony in social situations. Where hazel gives depth and intuition, vine gives surface beauty and social elegance. Together, the hazel and vine influences form a unique blend that mirrors the complexity of October 1st individuals. They are both deep and light, wise and charming, intuitive and diplomatic. They carry the seriousness of thinkers and the allure of lovers. This duality allows them to navigate many different environments with ease. They can be the quiet counselor in one setting and the sparkling socialite in another. People often feel as though October 1st souls have an uncanny ability to meet them exactly where they are, offering wisdom when it is needed and lightness when it is welcome. The Druid horoscope reminds us that October 1st individuals are not only connected to human society but also to the rhythms of nature. Just as the hazel tree thrives near water and symbolizes hidden knowledge, and the vine twists gracefully toward the sun, seeking beauty, so too do October 1st souls seek both depth and light in life. They are at their best when they honor both sides of this heritage, embracing their intuition and creativity while also celebrating their charm and diplomacy. In doing so, they fulfill their ancient calling, to be bridges between worlds, weaving wisdom and beauty into the lives of those around them. Vedic Astrology. In Vedic astrology, the cosmic blueprint of someone born on October 1st is woven into the sign of Tula, or Libra, a sign ruled by Shukra, known in Western traditions as Venus. Shukra is not only the planet of love, beauty, and luxury but also of guidance, wisdom, and refinement. For natives of this sign, grace and artistry are not external ornaments but the very language of their soul. Everything about them is touched by a desire for balance, for harmony, for the kind of inner and outer beauty that elevates life from mere existence into art. People born on this day are often marked by an aura of refinement. Their words, gestures, and choices tend to carry elegance, even when they do not consciously intend it. Their sense of aesthetics is innate. They notice symmetry, balance, and proportion in all things. Whether it is the way they arrange a room, the way they dress, or the way they speak, there is an effortlessness to their style. They are guided by Shukra's eye for harmony, which leads them toward art, music, design, poetry, or any endeavor where beauty becomes a bridge to something deeper. Yet, the essence of their dharma, their life path, is not simply to create or enjoy beauty for its own sake but to bring balance and harmony into the world. Tula is the cosmic scales, and those born under its influence are carriers of equilibrium. They are here to remind humanity that justice, fairness, and equality are not lofty ideals but necessities for collective peace. They often find themselves drawn to situations where they can mediate, reconcile, or restore order. Their words heal, their presence calms, and their decisions carry the weight of impartiality. Their attraction to careers involving creativity, justice, or guidance reflects this dharmic calling. In creative professions, they use their sensitivity and sense of proportion to inspire and uplift others. In careers of justice, law, diplomacy, mediation, they embody the scales of fairness, striving to ensure that everyone's voice is heard. In guiding professions, teaching, counseling, or spiritual mentorship, they bring their wisdom and empathy to those in need of direction. In all of these paths, their goal is not dominance but balance, not control but restoration of peace. But the path of the October 1st soul is not without challenges. Shukra's gifts of refinement and beauty can sometimes tempt them toward the material realm too strongly. They may find themselves enchanted by luxuries, by appearances, by the allure of possessions or status. While there is nothing wrong with appreciating beauty, the risk lies in allowing material desires to overshadow spiritual growth. Their test in this lifetime is to balance the outer with the inner, to cultivate spiritual depth while still honoring their love for physical beauty. When they succeed, they become not just connoisseurs of art and life, but sages who embody beauty as a spiritual principle. Another challenge lies in their need for external harmony, sometimes leading to inner avoidance. Because they dislike conflict, they may suppress their own feelings to keep the peace, leading to inner tension. Vedic wisdom reminds them that true harmony cannot be built on denial. Their growth requires courage to face disharmony when it arises, to confront rather than flee, and to understand that balance comes not from perfection but from integration of opposites. Ultimately, Vedic astrology sees October 1st individuals as seekers of equilibrium, guided by Shukra's light. When they follow their dharma, balancing material life with spiritual truth, combining justice with compassion, embracing beauty as both art and devotion, they embody the highest form of Tula. They become examples of what it means to live in harmony with both the earthly and the divine. Flower horoscope. In the flower horoscope, October 1st is aligned with the camellia, a blossom that has long been revered for its elegance, refinement, and lasting devotion. Just as the camellia stands with quiet strength, radiating beauty without excess, those born on this day carry a similar energy. They attract admiration not by demanding attention but by embodying grace in every movement, in every word, in every silent presence. The camellia symbolizes refinement, and this refinement manifests in October 1st individuals as a natural sense of poise. They rarely appear rushed or careless. Instead, they seem to move through life with an awareness of form and balance. This quality makes others admire them, even emulate them, because they seem to turn ordinary gestures into art. Like the flower itself, they are associated with subtle beauty rather than flamboyant display. Their elegance is not loud, it is enduring, understated, and unforgettable. Balance is another key symbol of the camellia, and October 1st people embody this quality in their relationships and endeavors. Just as the petals of the camellia unfold in perfect symmetry, they strive for balance in love, in friendship, in work, and in self-expression. They are not content with extremes. They long for middle paths, for resolutions that unite rather than divide, for lifestyles that combine comfort with discipline. Their presence often has a stabilizing effect on others, as though they carry the essence of the camellia's calm symmetry within their hearts. The flower also speaks of lasting devotion. October 1st individuals love deeply and commit wholeheartedly. Their loyalty in relationships, whether romantic or platonic, mirrors the camellia's durability, which blooms with resilience even in harsh conditions. They are not fleeting companions. Once they have chosen someone, their devotion endures through difficulties. This steadfastness, combined with their natural refinement, makes them partners and friends who are deeply cherished. Like the camellia, they attract admiration wherever they go. People notice not only their outer elegance but also their inner strength, which mirrors the flower's ability to thrive despite delicate appearances. Their beauty is not fragile, it is resilient, built on character and balance. They remind others that true grace is not about perfection but about presence, not about extravagance but about authenticity. For October 1st individuals, the camellia is more than just a symbolic flower, it is a mirror of their soul. It represents their destiny to live with elegance, to bring balance to those around them, and to embody devotion that withstands the tests of time. Just as the camellia continues to bloom season after season, their influence endures, leaving beauty and harmony in their wake. Stone horoscope. The stone of October 1st individuals is the opal, a gemstone as layered and enigmatic as the people it protects. Opal has long been revered in ancient traditions as the stone of inspiration, and its shifting colors, glimmers of fire, rainbows trapped within translucent depths, mirror the very essence of October 1st souls, multifaceted, captivating, and never easily defined. Just as no two opals are exactly the same, no two people born on this day carry the same expression of beauty and charm, yet all share the stone's profound resonance with creativity, love, and emotional depth. Opal is a mystical gem, a talisman of imagination, intuition, and spiritual connection. For October 1st individuals, it amplifies their natural talents, enhancing their artistic gifts, sharpening their insight into human nature, and deepening their empathy. It encourages them to trust their inner voice and to honor their ability to sense subtleties others might overlook. Because these individuals are born under Libra's influence, they already crave balance and harmony. Opal serves as both anchor and amplifier, anchoring their restless spirit while amplifying their capacity for joy, inspiration, and passion. The energy of opal aligns perfectly with their Venusian nature. Venus gives them a love of beauty, art, and romance, while opal enhances their emotional intensity and sensual magnetism. When they wear or carry opal, they radiate a charm that feels magnetic, drawing people into their orbit. But this charm is not superficial. It comes with a sense of mystery, a depth of feeling, and a glow that suggests there is always more beneath the surface. People sense not only their grace but also their complexity, which fascinates and attracts. Opal is also known as a stone of balance, and this quality is especially important for October 1st natives. They often struggle with indecision, perfectionism, or the pull between material and spiritual desires. Opal gently reminds them to align their heart with their mind, to embrace both logic and intuition, to honor both their independence and their longing for connection. It helps them move beyond hesitation, giving them the courage to act when their inner scales threaten to tip endlessly back and forth. Emotionally, opal strengthens their resilience and nurtures their ability to love deeply. It encourages openness, vulnerability, and devotion while also protecting them from emotional exhaustion. For people who sometimes fear loneliness yet resist dependence, opal creates a safe space within the self, teaching that love begins internally before it can be fully shared outwardly. It soothes their anxieties while igniting their passion, allowing them to love with both freedom and intensity. Spiritually, opal is tied to the expansion of consciousness. October 1st people often feel an undercurrent of spiritual calling beneath their worldly pursuits. The stone enhances this, opening channels to inspiration, dreams, and higher wisdom. It reminds them that their gift is not only to build harmony in human relationships but also to mirror the harmony of the cosmos. Through meditation or quiet reflection with opal, they can tap into insights that guide them toward both personal fulfillment and their broader mission of creating fairness and beauty in the world. Physically, traditions have long associated opal with healing properties tied to the eyes, skin, and circulation. Symbolically, this links perfectly to October 1st individuals, whose eyes often see more than others, whether it's hidden motives, future possibilities, or the deeper truths behind appearances. The opal is said to enhance this vision, both literally and figuratively, sharpening clarity while guarding against illusions. For October 1st individuals, opal is more than a gemstone. It is a mirror of their own soul's colors, shifting and sparkling with every angle. It reminds them that their complexity is not a weakness but a strength, that their depth and beauty can coexist with lightness and joy, and that their ability to inspire others is as natural as an opal's iridescence. Wearing opal is like carrying a piece of their destiny close to their heart, an ally in love, in leadership, in creativity, and in the endless search for balance. Conclusion. To be born on October 1st is to carry a rare blend of gifts and challenges, a duality that makes life both demanding and extraordinary. These individuals are destined not to fade into the background but to step forward with elegance, charisma, and vision. Their very presence suggests leadership, not the harsh kind born of dominance, but the graceful kind that inspires, persuades, and uplifts. They are seekers of love and balance, architects of harmony, and champions of fairness in a world that often tilts toward extremes. In their relationships, they are passionate yet refined, longing for intimacy that binds body and soul. In friendships, they are loyal anchors, offering wisdom, laughter, and unwavering support. In business and career, they excel as negotiators, creators, and visionaries who see solutions others overlook. Even in their darker moments, when indecision, idealism, or fear of loneliness creep in, they are presented with opportunities to transform shadows into strength. Their challenges are never punishments, they are invitations to grow into the fullest expression of who they are meant to be. The essence of October 1st is beauty and justice intertwined. They are guided by Venus, illuminated by the number 1, and blessed with influences from traditions as ancient as the Druids and as profound as Vedic astrology. Their symbols, the camellia flower, the opal stone, the balance of Tula, are reminders that they are here to embody elegance, resilience, and harmony, not just for themselves but for all whose lives they touch. Their path is rarely dull. It is a journey of contrasts, independence balanced with devotion, ambition balanced with compassion, material beauty balanced with spiritual truth. At times, they may wrestle with this duality, but in doing so, they discover their true strength, the ability to unite opposites, to find peace in complexity, and to shine with a light that guides others through confusion. If you were born on October 1st, embrace this complexity. Do not fear your contradictions, for they are the colors of your soul, as vivid and varied as the fire of opal. Remember that you are not here to blend into the crowd but to stand as an example of how leadership and love, elegance and strength, independence and harmony can coexist. Your legacy will not be measured only in achievements but in the beauty, fairness, and inspiration you leave behind. You are a peacemaker, a creator, a lover, and a leader. Your life is both art and mission. Walk boldly, live beautifully, and know that your presence alone has the power to bring balance to the world.